Hello, I'm back again, making a video in a weekday. I've kind of just been thinking about, Nintendo and stuff, and after that Nintendo Direct, I'm probably gonna hold off on them thinking that it's a failure. And so I guess what I'm gonna really talk about in here is just what they've been doing and what's been going around and all that kind of stuff. Especially the Angry Jones stuff. I will probably make all those in the video. First, starting with the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was all right. It's nothing too special. I mean, what really were the highlights were, I think, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem and I think the Mario Kart 8 DLC probably. That's probably one of the highlights, really, or all the highlights that were really like exciting and stuff. And after seeing that game, it kind of makes me realize that maybe Nintendo isn't giving up on the Wii U. Because as soon as I saw that game, it kind of makes it seem like they are trying to start something. And when I was thinking about the whole idea of them making universe, starting with the new IP and then go and then have crossovers from there, it kind of makes me think that Shin Megami Tensei might actually be, I mean, the crossover. If anybody's confused, is going to be when it because it looks like it's an original IP, yet it's not in a sense it's a crossover. As in, I think you'll be able to travel to the universe of Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei. That's how I think it's gonna work. So, I mean, that's really cool. I'm looking really forward to it, and man, and if this game does well, and it ends up being what I think it is right now, man, I want a sequel to that. Yeah. So that's really kind of just it. I guess you could say. Moving on. Yeah. So Nintendo, they're sitting around what is it? The Wii U specifically sitting around like at least I think around 10 million by now, like 10 million units. And well, that's not really good either. So I mean, and I did tell them to just do this whole universe type of thing, and I think they kind of are. And I gotta wonder. And then after the Zelda delay that happened, you gotta wonder like, okay, but Zelda, but didn't they promise to have a 4-year development cycle or something like that? And then they said that they're gonna announce this E3, this year's E3, um they're gonna only focus on this year's games. I'm gonna guess if they say that, that might just mean they follow up an advice that I just had, probably. Like that one game that could just be something. Now now I mean, and then and this Anger Joe kind of stuff and yeah, I think in that like that final Nintendo rant, I didn't hear the whole thing, but I did hear some of what he said in a podcast. He said that this is the last video that he's gonna make for Nintendo, and I'm like thinking, Nintendo, you just like you lost an opportunity where you can get a lot more people and brand recognition. Like I really don't understand what they're trying to do, and all this YouTube policy and stuff. It's like, is Nintendo being greedy? Like ever since that what is it new Nintendo 3DS having no AC adapter and stuff and all that kind of stuff, and Splatoon not having voice chat or something, it makes me think Nintendo really they're stubborn and I guess they're just lazy and greedy and stuff, and they're not. It's kind of hard because you can't really say they're lazy because they're coming out this game, Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem. At the same time, they do these kinds of stuff, and it's just like, what the heck are they really trying to do? Like, I guess based on what I'm thinking and stuff, I just think they still think they're like the best company ever because their software sales, which are more important, arguably, than hardware sales, they have their exclusives are the highest selling games, or one of the highest selling games, which means that they think they really don't really care about the hardware sales and stuff, or seem to, which I'm just thinking now you're ignoring the hardware sales, and that's also important too. I mean, they're really getting stubborn with the YouTube policies. They really should fix it. I mean, stop trying to get profit from like YouTube. Stop trying to put in the AC adapter, all that kind of stuff. You have a lot of money in your bank, Nintendo. Use it. Like I really, like I don't want to go into a rant, but this is getting really frustrating. This is why I just think Nintendo really needs to stop, because let's face it, you're in last place in terms of sales, and now's not the time to really get picky. Now's the time to really get as much help as you can, and this is a wasted opportunity unless you do something. I can't believe it. I just can't. I mean, if people want to like start moving and stuff and try to get this down, think of any ideas, because honestly, I'm just thinking, what can we do to kind of just tell Nintendo to stop doing this? When why not going to, maybe because of all the profits and stuff they're getting. I guess that's the problem, is that they're getting a lot more profit, and so that means that they don't have to do as much, and that's the problem, is that they don't have to do as much because they're receiving more profit. They're doing a lot more than what they were doing, but it's not enough. So that's all I have to really say. I mean, like really what I've been saying, like they should just get the OS up to par and stuff. And about this whole thing about them coming out in 2018 or 2017, I still disagree. I do think that they should kind of just do it, because I would get them more. Because I don't think they should make this another failure. They're not trying to, but I don't think they should make this another failure, because let's be honest, Wii U was supposed to do some justice that the Wii didn't do, and now it's failing at that, and now it's all to NX, and all that pressure and stuff is going to the NX. So really, what I'm afraid of is Nintendo is going to make one simple mistake, and it's going to cost their legacy or something like that. So that's why I'm just telling Nintendo right now, if they can hear this, is just fix a lot of things that are in the Wii U era or in the 8th generation, and then you can kind of move on, at least. That's really just about it. I mean, it's not like they're trying to give up, really, because they're coming out a lot of good games, and this whole universe type of thing that I think they should be doing, I hope they market that for Shin Megami Tensei. Because I'm just thinking, you finally have a game that is like an original IP, yet it also crosses over with Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei by just traveling to universes and stuff. And I'm just thinking they could market that if they want. They're lucky the U is on the Wii U name. They're lucky. If it wasn't that way, yeah, I would agree that they would have to come out eventually. But I'm not agreeing, because guess what? They have that U name in there, so they can try to market that. And I'm hoping that's what they're doing with Shin Megami Tensei Cross Home. I'm hoping that's what they're doing with all crossovers. I mean, like that's all I really have to say. And just that they really, it's usually just sorry, let me just phrase that or something like that. I mean, it's kind of really just about it, I guess. I mean, are they kind of getting away from the main competition that they should be in? I I mean, if they announce it and make it come out, then I actually do think that they are, because let's face it, if they really want to be part of the main competition and stuff, which I think they have to, because looking at Microsoft, they're gonna have to eventually. So they really, like, I don't care. All right, if you're the only thing right now, Nintendo. You're the only one that can actually somehow save the gaming industry. And if you come out that console, almost all hope is lost, or something like that. And and the competition and stuff, it's gonna make you just it's just gonna make it far and far for you to get back to the main competition. So just don't. That's all I gotta really say. I mean, they should just. I mean, really, I'd rather just see Nintendo just really just get through every list that they have that they can do, every idea that they can do before they just completely just move on and give up and stuff, and give up the Wii U and stuff, because it now, before it seemed like they lost hope for the Wii U, and then now they didn't. And I'm just hoping that this universe idea that they're having is going to be the key. I'm just hoping. And then they better just get the OS up to par, because if you don't get it up to par, it's hard to make it a primary console. I mean, a lot of people are saying without third party support, it can't be. I kind of say otherwise, because looking at the Western third party multiplats right now, if they get worse, if they get as mediocre as before, we're talking Star Wars Battlefront, we're talking all these games that these we're talking all these games from companies that release mediocre games, then then Nintendo, you have a chance to do something. You have a chance. I'm not saying it's good for there to be mediocre Western third party multiplats, but I'm just saying right now is your opportunity to do something. And sorry about that. And don't miss that opportunity. That's all I gotta say. I mean, don't be stubborn, don't be greedy. That's really just how to sum up here. And then people are saying, is a Wii U a failed console because of all that kind of stuff? I used to think so, because of Nintendo moving all the resources to the NX, but then after looking at the Nintendo Direct, I kind of think they don't want to make it as much of a failure, or a failure, period. It may not be the success that they want it to be, but it's at least going to be a success, hopefully. It's going to be a success, hopefully. That's what I hope for, is that it may not be the best thing. What I'm just hoping is that with this whole crossover type of thing, I just hope they just market this new whole universe type of thing, or just create a digital universe. And I understand that a lot of people are gonna be afraid of them doing this, and I understand this could be a gimmick, and we all hope that they don't treat it like one. I hope that when they create this digital universe, they make a new IP, and that anime is only used for marketing. It is used for marketing. I mean, it could be a good anime. It could be one of my favorite animes, since I watch anime. But it can be used for marketing. You do not have to make too much of a focus, because the source material is already in the game. The story, the characters, and all that kind of stuff is already in the game. So there you go. Yeah. Sorry for that sore throat, I guess. And that's what I'm just hoping, is that if they haven't started already, they have to um they have 2018, they have 2019, and they have 2020 to 2018 to 2020, if they start right now, to establish this universe and get that one I guess Avenger like game come out at the end of the Wii U's life cycle, I guess you could say. And then continue that universe on. That's what I hope for, is that they just start it in this one, and then people won't think of the Wii U as a failure at all. They'll just say, you know what, it may not had as many memorable stuff about it, really, except for the games and stuff, but it may not have had all the it may not be as memorable as the GameCube, the SNES, NES, but it still was good enough. It surpassed the N64. It definitely surpassed the Wii in most levels, except for obviously sales. But yeah. So that's what I'm hoping is that the Wii U just sits in the middle in terms of like top consoles, I guess, top Nintendo consoles. Um, Not a failure, not as much of a success as Nintendo wanted to be. I think their focus was to bring the core gamers in, I guess, the 360 and PS3 crowds in, and they're right now. Are they failing at it? It's hard to say. Before, yeah, because they're moving resources to NX and stuff, and all I gotta say is just no. All right, because that means you're gonna separate yourselves even more from the main competition if you do that. So that's all I really do have to say. I mean, and then Nintendo admitting that it's a secondary console isn't really. Initially, it maybe seemed like they just want to be in a separate competition, not one that we usually think of. Probably in like the secondary console competition or something like that. Like yeah. So really, it's just no Nintendo. You can't do that. You can't be from a different competition like the one you're in right now, which you are going at the core gamers, but you're going into core gamers that you have already. You're not trying to reach into the market that D360 and PS3 gamers are in. So that's really all I have to say. And I mean, they got a lot of work to do. They shouldn't really give up on Wii U yet. I mean, they should at least start something or fix a lot of things with the Wii U before they really move on to NX. And I think that's it. Honestly, I think that's really just it. And I might make another video soon about something. But that's really just it. Like I said, Nintendo really they gave me some hope that the Wii U isn't a failed console. Yet at the same time, they're making stupid decisions like the YouTube policies and stuff, and not many people are talking about it. And a lot of people should address it. So Nintendo hopefully don't do it again. Hopefully they don't risk on just alienating a lot of people and stuff. And that's really all I have to say. And really just don't make the Wii U such a secondary console. I really think that they could just make it a console, or what I would kind of like to say a primary console, but a different one at that. A console in which it's equally loved, um, as I guess the PS4, I guess you could say, or something like that. Um, Even though it may not have as many third-party multiplats, it will have one of the most memorable games. It will probably have one of the best games that you'll ever love to death in each genre, and you'll probably play more. That's what I'm hoping they do. You know, I'm hoping they come out a really just the best game, the best games in each genre. Um, so that makes it a primary console. So that makes the Wii U a primary console because more people would obviously play the best game in the genre instead of playing, you know, a game that's in the genre that's a third party multiplat. Western third party multiplat. Let me phrase that. That's what I'm hoping they do. And they can't do it without updating the OS too. That's what I'm hoping too, is they just do it like that. I mean, that's all I have to really say. And as always, I guess you could say, see me in the future.